Yo, welcome to the channel. It's your boy Skater B. On today's video, we're doing a review on the cat simulator game, Stray. Developed by B12 Studios, they came up with one of the most unique platformers right now, as you get to play in the perspective of a cat. You get to go and hop around from platform to platforms, from like barrels, ladders, vents. There's so many things. You basically are going through a whole urban terrain. And you can even pick up items so you can use to open up different pathways to go through the city. And the level design is really well thought out, as it is somewhat linear, but as you go further into the game, you'll start having way more open areas that you can start to mess around and experiment. Especially when you start to dive in and interact with the locals, the city starts to grow much wider and you'll even go to some weird places. I think even calling it a cat simulator is undermining how serious of a title this is. You actually pick up missions and side quests that you have to do to go and progress through the story, and you can also completely mess around with your environment, as few of the missions have you going around and collecting items. Now, while this is happening in the more open areas of the city, my favorite parts were when I was going in between, as that's when the level design will really start to change, as you'll interact with bots that will have little scanner detectors that if you get too near, they'll probably go and attack you. But that's not the only thing you have to worry about in the city, as B12 Studios created such a unique environment that it's like a blend of almost every major city. And the story is super charming, as you get to play as the cat who ends up befriending a little robot who wants to do more than just escape the city. Now, while here on the channel I never spoil the story or reveal too much on gameplay, I will say on how I think you should approach this title. Now, while there isn't a crazy mix of variety of missions, they mainly have you just going collecting items, which there's nothing wrong about, but the only hindrance that I have is that most of the items kind of blend way too well to the environment. Like, it's such a gorgeous game that sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out on what is something that I can collect and something that's just blended to the background and the environment, if that makes sense. And also, as much as I love the charm of the whole robot citizen thing that's going on, most of them don't speak. So it's just read a text, which that's fine, but just aware for some players who don't like that too much. And I've heard that the title's about 5 to maybe 10 hours depending on how you approach it. And while I played it in one playthrough, I really recommend that you just take your time, enjoy the game, because it's a really fun, charming experience for it. And I felt that I kind of hurt myself by just trying to beat the game in one shot. And if I would have took it in little doses, I would have had definitely a much more lasting experience. But the one that I had was awesome. I really loved it, and honestly this kind of made me a cat person, so I definitely recommend playing the title. It was a great experience, and this is a gorgeous fun game. I went from owning no cats to 9 out of 10.
Oh, welcome to my humble abode. This one is Penelope, that one's Cookie McCook, and then this one is just Jeff.
Yo, it's your boy Chrissy P up in here. I'm about to reveal my next role as playing the cat of Garfield. Also, I kind of noticed that you weren't subscribed to the channel. Better yet, how about you head over to Skater V's site? He's always on that app called Twitch instead of being in the gym. Well, until then, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.